Everything looked good. My blood pressure was spiking. They were monitoring me for that the whole time. So they just had to give me blood pressure medication, and I had to take medication when I came home too, twice a day. My parents and Robbie's parents had a 2-hour window where they were able to come in and see us and see the baby once he was delivered. So by the time they were able to come in, it had already been about an hour and a half, just because I had to get some sutures because I had a tear. They had to do the regular stuff that helped clean the baby. They didn't give him a bath or anything or weigh him yet. We wanted to wait on that because we wanted them to be able to come in. If they had done all that, that 2-hour window would have been gone. But by the time the doctor was out and they got me settled and everything, it was about an hour and a half after he was actually born. So they all came back and they got to hold him. It was funny because they've been waiting out in the waiting room. At this point, it's like 1:30 to 2 a.m. And they had been out there all day for the most part. And they were joking around saying, okay, we got a half hour. We all get 7 minutes to hold him each, different things like that. But they were so excited. I think me and Robbie saw a tear in all of their eyes when they walked through the room, being the first grandchild on both sides. So then they went home. They actually all stayed in hotels up there. They stayed at the Marriott nearby so they could come back at noon when visiting hours started back up the next day.
He's here. Little David James is here. Got a head full of hair.
Yeah.
Got a birthmark on his back.
He does. Big birthmark.
But he's cute. Look at
He
that.
loves his hands.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
He's lifting his head already a little bit.
Yeah, looking all around.
And he's doing good nursing so far.
Yeah. We're about to gonna get him weighed and cleaned up here in a second. We get Mom. Get her all fixed up. And then we'll take a short nap.
You gotta feed him every 2 to 3 hours.
Right. So, alright.
Parents just left.
Good job, babe.
Yep. He loves his hands.
Then they gave David his bath. They weighed him. They did all that stuff. And after everything was said and done, I think finally I got to sleep by 5 a.m. Obviously, I forgot to mention, I did a nursing session too before they came in. So we did skin to skin when he was put on my chest, and then I nursed him about a half hour later. I'm not sure if it was while she was still doing my suturing or maybe when she was done. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, who's cute? Is that David? Is that David? You're looking around. Hate the little heat lamp thing, don't you?
We'll have to swaddle him in his blankets before bed, put him in the dryer first. Get him all warm, you know what I mean? Went to bed around 5 a.m. Robbie fell asleep before that because they were hooking me up to everything and checking my vitals left and right, so he got to sleep a little earlier than I did. And then kind of everything was a little bit of a blur. It kind of meshed together. That's kind of when we stopped recording, after the initial birth. The next day we had Jake and Kaylee come up, Will came, Mom and Pop came and visited. Obviously, our both sets of parents came.
You are trying your hardest to get that arm back, aren't you? still brought him up, but we'll just have to do.
Then Friday came along, a little less visitors, which was kind of nice in a way because we didn't sleep through Thursday night hardly. That was the night 2, they say, is the hardest time because they cluster feed and he wasn't, all he wanted to do was breastfeed the whole night. So, and then he wouldn't fall asleep on his own in his bassinet. We had to hold him in order for him to fall asleep. So basically either me or Robbie was up at some point. I think I maybe slept 2 hours max and stretch. That's probably the max I've slept thus far since Monday night. And it's Saturday.
It's Joe. Okay. Hey. We got you. We got you. Are you starting to get thirsty? Yeah. You want to drink some milk? Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's been good. He is the cutest baby, and we are just so blessed. I can't wait to see him grow up and all his milestones. He has his first doctor's appointment on Monday, so I'll take some video of that, and we'll maybe show that in a different vlog. I plan to take videos of him and just have so many memories to be able to look back on. It all worked out good, and I really didn't want him to be born on Halloween, and it worked out perfect. How I was looking at the clock the whole time, and it was like, all right, we're like almost there. They were like, he's crowning, and it was like 10 of, so it's still Halloween, and I'm like, all right, I got 10 minutes. It was funny how it worked out, only 20 minutes after Halloween, but he was born November 1st. He is a November baby, so he shares my same birth month, November, and that's exactly what I wanted, and it was perfect, and I couldn't have asked for a better baby and a better husband. Robbie's been great. He's great with David. He's great with me, taking care of me. And we have so much support and love from our family. Everyone wants to hold him and just help, and they're cooking us food and everything, and we're getting spoiled right now, but it's great. So that's the story of little David James.